Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Since it's 3:10, so we can start our training today. Before we start our training session, please check the chat box. You can see that the librarian has left messages. For example, here is a sign-in sheet. So please, everyone, you can go to the Google form and then leave your information there. And also, if you would like to download the PPT slides for today, you can tomorrow go to this website, this library's website, and then the librarian will upload the slides there. There will be an entry labeled December 6, 2024, and then you will see there you can download the document in the cell 下载. Okay, that's the instructions for today. And before we start our session, please mute yourself and turn off the camera. And if you have any questions during the session, please leave your messages in the chat box, and I will read them out to everybody and reply to them in the Q&A session at the end of our training. So I'm your trainer, Wei-Qi Dai, from iGroup Taiwan. We are the reseller partner of Turnitin here in Taiwan. So I'm very glad to share with you how to use the system, Turnitin, to improve your student writing. And let's get started. So for my presentation, it's going to take about 1 hour, and we'll mainly cover 3 parts. The first one is we will introduce what is Turnitin and how can Turnitin help for me. And the second point is how to use the system. Then the last one will be the FAQs and resources. So firstly, what can I do with Turnitin? Turnitin is a text similarity checking system, and it will help you to understand better the text similarity between your own work, such as your homework, your assignment, and the sources indexed in the system. For example, you may submit your master or doctoral dissertation, your research manuscript, etc. before published. So the workflow is very simple. First, you have to submit your papers to the platform. Then it will be checked against what the databases they have. And then within several minutes or less than half an hour, you will get your similarity report, which is an online report. And then based on the report, you can examine and revise your own work repeatedly to support your developing the good academic practice, as well as enhance the originality of your work. And how can Turnitin process the similarity check? It is because they have a very big data come from 3 primary sources. The first one is internet. The second one is papers submitted by the users around the world. And the last one is the scholarly publications from publishers and aggregators. And about the language the company supports, not only in English, text in other 29 languages can be checked. And there are 20 languages supported in the interface. So later, when you have your own account, you can switch the language, the interface to the one that you are familiar with. And then let's go to how to use Turnitin. And here we can see there are 5 different parts. I will show you how to set up your account. And if one day you have forgotten your password, how to do it. And then when you are accessing the platform, how to submit your paper result as a PDF file, and then you can hand it to your professors or the department office. Okay, the first one is setting up your account. If anyone don't have their Turnitin account, first you can go to the library's website, and then at your top right side, you can see here is a label named Research and Learning. And you can see an entry as Originality Check. Please click at it. Then here is a web page contains all of the instructions and guidance of the about Turnitin, including how to apply for an account. So as you are the students, there are 3 ways to get your student account. The first one is I'm going to show you how to set up your account using the NCHU's libraries, the class and enrollment key created by them. Or you can contact your professor or instructor or your department office. So there will be 3 different ways to get your training account. So that's it. So I'm going to show you how to set up your account using the library's training class enrollment key. So firstly, if you would like to search for this information, please go to the NCHU library. And in the website, you have to search. Please go to the database search and then input Turnitin, Turnitin, and then going to search. Then you will see an entry. All of the information will be uploaded there. And you can see that here is a class ID and the class enrollment key. So here are the informations currently uploaded by the library. Because the class and enrollment key, class ID enrollment key will be changed, I think it is each semester. So after today's training, if you are enrolled yourself using this class ID and enrollment key, and maybe after 1 semester or 1 year, you will see that the class will be expired. So at that time, you have to go again to this library's website and then search again, Turnitin, and to find the new class ID and enrollment key published here. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can go to this area and check for the class ID and the enrollment key. Then you can keep this tab here and then add a new tab in your browser and go to Turnitin's website. We are going to set up your account. Okay, that's the information I just explained. Yeah, and then you can access this link. Click here to go to turnitin.com. Or you can create another, add another browser tab, and then go to www.turnitin.com. And here you can click Get Login. Then a page in blue will show up. And please scroll down below, New User, click here. If you are a new user, you can follow the next steps. However, if you are not a new user, you can log in with your credentials, which you already have. Okay, so let's see if you are a new user, click here. And then create a user profile. We are a student, click at here, student. Please do not click at other options. And then below, you will see all the information you have to input. And after that, you can create your own account. So first, blank, you have to enter the class ID, which is the class ID that I just explained, which will be uploaded in the library's website. So enter the class ID, this information there, and then the class enrollment key. Oops, here, the enrollment key in the second blank. And then your first name, your last name, and then you can select how to display your names. And then please enter your NCHU email, such as blah, 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 at nchu.edu.tw. Please do not use your own private email, such as Gmails, because if you use your private email, the administrator may delete you from their class. And confirm your email address, again, the same information. Then the password and security, please follow these regulations. For example, the minimum characters is 12 characters, and it should include at least 1 number and upper and lower cases letters, and also include 1 special characters. So that's your combination of the passwords. And please confirm again your password. And then below, you will see a secret question drop-down menu. From here, you have to select one question and then fill up your answer in the blank. The use of the secret questions and the answer is if one day in the future you have forgotten your password, which you want to log into Turnitin, the system will ask you to confirm the secret questions and then answer it in the blank. So that's very important. So we have to complete it here. Okay, so you can pick one question, which may be the simple one, and then fill up the answer in the drop-down menu, in the blank. Okay, and the last stage is the user agreement. So browse it, and then click at I agree, create profile, and then it's done. A new account will be created for you. And you can use that your NCHU email address and the password to log into Turnitin. So that's very easy and simple. That's how you can create your own account in using the library's class ID and enrollment key. Okay, so after you have created your account, you will be led to the login to Turnitin page, which is also a blue page, and then just input your credentials and click at login. You will be access to the platform. And if you do not want to try from that path, you can also reach out to your professor or your department office, and they can also enroll you in their own classes. For example, your own advisor or your professor has created some classes for you and ask you to hand in your assignments, etc. Then they will have to enroll you in their training classes. So that's how we get our account. If that's the circumstances, a welcome email from them. Okay, so in that way, your NCHU email inbox will receive which is sent from your professors or from your department office. So after the instructor or department administrator enrolling you to his or her class, you will receive a Turnitin welcome email in your email inbox. And it will be titled Welcome to Turnitin. And the beginning of this email indicates the first name and the last name in the created by the instructor or the department in Turnitin. And then you can click at the red button to start to activate your account. So click at there to go to the next step. Okay, and then please enter your email address and your last name in the welcome email. So in the blank, you have to enter your NCHU email address, which you have already received the welcome email. Please do not enter your own private email address, such as your Gmail, etc. And then you have also to input the last name or the family name in the welcome email, which should be identical with the one that you have received in the email. For example, here, Miss Jane Doe. So the last name is Doe. So she has to enter DOE in that blank. Okay. If she didn't enter the correct information, you will see an error pop up and ask you to change the information. And if everything is okay, click at next. Okay, and the new email will be sent for account. And then we can go to our email inbox again. And because the link will be expired after 24 hours, so everyone has to complete this stage within 24 hours. In the email, you will see a link labeled here. Please click at there and then go to the next stage to set up your password. However, if the link is expired after 1 day, you can still check this information and click at another here. And then the Turnitin will send again a new email for you. Okay, let's go to the next stage, reset the password. And then here we follow the same regulations and then click at the next. account setup complete. Click at Login. And after that, it's the same with the previous stage, the previous chapter. We have to select a secret question and enter the answer to the blank. And then click at the next. Then last stage, click at I agree, continue to complete all the application stage, the activation stage. And all will be done and all will be okay. Then you can log into the platform and start to use Turnitin services. And here is one question. I didn't find any emails sent from the system in my email inbox. What can I do? You can follow the reset your password steps from to activate your account. So I'm going to show you how to do that. The second chapter is reset your password. If you forgot your password or you have issues in login or have issues in activate your account, you can also follow these steps to do that. First, go to turnitin.com and then click at Login at the top right of the page. And then select Forgot Your Password. Click here below to reset your password or start again your activation. Enter your NCHU email address. Click at the Next. And here are two situations. Fill out the answer there and click on the Next. Then you can directly go to reset the password. However, if I didn't remember my password to the secret questions, don't be panic because at below the blank, you will see a Forgot Your Answer link. Just click at it, and then the system will send you an email containing the link to reset your password. Okay, if that's the case, you just go to the email and click at here. Then you are able to reset the password. And after it is done, and you can log into the system. So that's it, how to reset the password. And if you have any questions in the future, you can always go to these slides and then to review and try it. Okay, and let's see how to submit the papers. Okay, in your daily life, if you would like to access to Turnitin, just go to their homepage, which is www.turnitin.com, and click at Login at the right of the page. And then as previous stages, you will see this page in blue. And then enter your NCHU email address and your own password, and then log in. Please do not click at Sign in with Google because the institutions didn't integrate their the complete domain with Google, so you are not able to use this button to log in with Google. Please just click at Login. Okay, and we are now access to Turnitin, the homepage of your student account. The first one, I'm showing you how to change some settings. The first one is user information. If you like to change your password here, you can do it. And also that's the language setting. There is a drop-down menu, and please pick up one language that you feel most familiar with. And in the center, you will see all the class informations. You will see the class ID, the class names, the instructors' names. So if you have any questions related to that class, you can go to the specific instructor. And also the status of the class. If the class is active, which means you can submit, which means it is already due, or if the class has been expired. Maybe you have to check with your instructor what is the status of this class, or ask them again to enroll you in a new and active class. And the last point, do not click at drop class, this trash icon, because you will drop yourself out of the class, and all of these submissions you have submitted before will be disappear. So that's very complicated. So we do not encourage you to click at the drop class trash icon. So that's all for the homepage. And if the students want to submit their own papers, just click at the class name. For example, if I would like to submit my papers to the demo class, I just click at here. And then you will see in this page, there are different assignment inbox. Here, you can use each of them to submit your own paper. depending on what the instructions, the names they are setting. For example, they may ask you to submit your homework of the week 1, week 2, your midterm paper, etc. Then you just follow the instructions provided by the instructor. So for my demo classes, if I would like to submit my paper to the first one assignment, I can just click at Open. Then you will see the inbox here. Please click at Upload Submission. And you can also click at this icon to see all the details related to the assignment. For example, I can see the start date and the due date, how many dates I have left to submit my own papers, or until I can use until which date. And also the additional settings. For example, the reports are available immediately after the submission, or the resubmissions are allowed or not allowed, and late submissions policies. Then click at Upload Submission. And before submit the files, please remind the file requirements. Turnitin can compare the files which is less than 100 megabytes and 800 pages. And we are encourage you to use Google Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and Microsoft Edge browsers. And Turnitin cannot detect any images or forms or graphics or any password protected files. And if you are using LaTeX, a kind of editing system, because Turnitin's company did not cooperate with LaTeX, so they cannot accept the LaTeX files nor the PDFs generated by LaTeX. So if that's the case, I think you have to only use the TXT plain text file to submit to Turnitin, or you have to rewrite your own, the whole paper with the editors such as Microsoft Word, etc. And the supported file types such as Microsoft Word DOC, DOCX, and Excel, PowerPoint, etc., and also the PDFs. The PDFs cannot protect it with password and must contain highlightable text. You can use your current paragraph of text can be copied and pasted to the plain editor such as Word or Notepad. If it is available, which means this file, you can submit it to Turnitin and check for the similarity. Okay, so that's it for the file requirements. Then after click at that blue button, we are going to the upload submission session. Here we have 3 different modes to submit your paper. You can use upload submission to find a document in your own laptop or computer and submit it, upload. Or you can use text input, which is just cut and paste one paragraph and put it in the system. And the third one is cloud submission, which means you can connect your Google Drive or Dropbox with your Turnitin account and then drag a file and then put it in Turnitin. So that's all for the 3 different modes. So I'm showing you with the first one, which is upload submission. So from here, I have to enter the submission title. We are encouraging you to enter the full name, full title of your thesis, dissertation, or homework, etc., because it will be in the cover of your similarity report, and it cannot be edited or changed after your submission. Then the submission files, please choose one, choose your file in your computer, and then upload and review. So that's the uploading, and then you have to confirm the upload. If it's a smaller submission, you'll see a preview stage. Just click at Submit to Turnitin. However, if it's a longer submission, you may see this icon, but don't be panicked. Just click at Confirm. That will be okay. Then after that, you will see the submission is completed. You will be automatically led back to the assignment inbox and wait for the report result to be generated. So let's go back to the assignment inbox. And I can see that the paper title I input in when I'm submitting my paper, and the time which I uploaded the paper. And for the similarity, it will be in blank. The blank represents the report is still generating. Please give it some time. It takes about 15 minutes to several, not so many, several hours. I think maybe less than 1 hour to process depending on the file sizes. Which means if you are checking a doctoral dissertation more than, I think, maybe 100 pages, 150 pages, etc., you have to wait for at least 20 to 30 minutes. However, if you are checking only a paper which has 5 pages, less than 5 minutes, you will see your report. So you can always refresh the page to check the status in the similarity here. And there are 3 different icons. The first one is resubmit papers. If you would like to resubmit your paper, which means to resubmit another paper, the different version of your same draft, or any files as you like, you can click at resubmit papers, the first one icon. And the second one icon, which is download original file. Download your original thesis, download original assignment, homework, etc. It is not an icon for download the similarity report, because if you would like to download the report, we have to access the online report and then to download it. I will show you how to do that later. The last icon is download digital receipt, which will be a one-pager, contains the submission title, the date, or author name, etc. But you will use it later. So the first icon and then the third icon will be the ones that you will be used, and the middle, I think you don't need that. And if you do want to resubmit your paper, you can click at the icon. Then you will see a reminder. You can click at confirm. And here are some notes. If you want to resubmit your paper, your earlier submission and your report will be overwritten, and the previous papers and the reports will disappear forever. You cannot retrieve it anymore. And for each assignment, you are allowed 3 resubmission attempts, where the similarity report will generate immediately, which means when you submit first time, second time, the third time, you will see the paper maybe within 15 minutes, half an hour, etc., depending on the file size of your paper. However, after 3 attempts, for example, the 4th, 5th, 6th, etc., each time you will have to wait 24 hours before a new report can be generated. That is the regulations for students. And no one can speed up the generation status. So which means your instructor, the administrator, our reseller, or the Turnitin generate your report after 3 attempts until you wait for 24 hours. And the maximum resubmission time is 50 times. So after you reach the maximum 50 times, the icon will be not available for you. Okay, here are a 5-minute exercise. You can now try to upload an article and generate a similarity report, or you can try to activate your account by yourself. So if you have a article or paper by yourself, you can try to submit it. However, if you don't, here we will have some example paper. I'm pasting the I'm pasting the link in the chat box. So until 3:45, 45, we can have some time to let you to exercise, to make some tests, to let students to create their own accounts or submit their article to Turnitin to try it. So if students have any questions, you can paste it in the chat box and I will help you. So we will go back at 45. Just a reminder, if there are students who already have their account, they can log in with their credentials to turnitin.com, and then as the screenshot, click at enroll in a class, then input the class ID and the enrollment key, and then you will be enrolled in that class created by the library. Okay, we got a question here. How many papers can I submit at a time? Okay, only one at a time. Turnitin cannot accept multiple papers submitted in one time. So for each assignment inbox, they can accept only one paper. So for example, if the library or a professor has created 5 different assignment inbox for you and let you to exercise or have some practices, you can do it. But each of the assignment inbox can only accept one paper at a time. So that's why students may want to resubmit papers as the maximum time is 50 times. And what is an accepted mark? I will let you know in later of the training. In the next question, I would like to know if I don't take any class at school currently, where can I get the class ID and the key? Okay, the class ID and the key are created by the library. So if only you're already in NCHU, you can always go to the library's website and log in with the student credentials and to check for the latest class ID and the enrollment key created for students. So you don't need to take any classes at the university because the library will create a class there for students who can self-service to enroll themselves in the class and to check for the papers. Okay, we have 3 minutes left. So we are encouraging students to try themselves to create their own accounts or try to submit a paper. We have 1 minute left. Oh, okay, so the enrollment key may be already changed. Thank you for reminding us. The key is the updated one in the chat box. Okay, so the time is up. We are going back to our training. So if you are finding that you cannot use the enrollment key, which is pasted here in the slides, I encourage you to directly go to the library's website and then check for yourself the correct key, because the key is always will be changed after a semester, etc. So let's go to the next chapter, how to view the similarity report. And after waiting for a period of time, then you will see the result in your similarity report assignment inbox. So let me explain to you how to view the report. Color of the report icon in the orange or the red ones, the color is the higher proportion of your text is similar to the data indexed in Turnitin's databases. So these indices do not reflect whether the paper has or has not been plagiarized. The human interpretation is always required for the similarity report. When you got a high similarity score, the most important thing, the first thing to do is to examine the text of a report and to find out the reason why you got a very similarity result with others' work. And how can you improve the originality of your text? And then you can consult your advisor or professor and revise your own paper. And the interpretation of the data, the score, and the text, etc., should be made and discussed by you and your own instructor or advisor. So please do not use this score as a indicator whether there is plagiarism or not of the paper, because it's only a similarity index, which indicates how many text is identical or similar between your paper uploaded with the databases. So let's click at the icon and you will access the similarity report viewer. And this is the report window. On the left-hand side is your own work, and the right-hand side will be the similarity toolbar and the download paper toolbar. And let's take a look of the similarity toolbar icons. Okay, the first one is match overview, which will show the highest matches together. The matches are color-coded and listed from the highest to the lowest percentage, and only the top or best matches are shown in the list, and all the smaller or underlying matches are visible only in the match breakdown after you click at. Each match also indicates its source. For example, you will see the source database such as internet, publication, student paper, and the name of the original source. The second icon is all sources. This view shows the similarities with one source at a time, and all of the sources have been found are displayed and sorted also by the highest to lowest percentage. And the next icon is the filter. The filtering settings, you can use the tool to exclude quotations, bibliography, and small sources. And let's go back to the report. First, click at the icon of the score, and we are going to match overview. Here, you can see that each match is numbered and color coded. For example, the paragraph is highlighted by the number 3 in purple. Then you will see an entry in the list as number 3 in purple, which means that's the same thing. And also, the sum of every single match comes from to a total number of the similarity score. And in order to view a match, a paragraph, you can either click at the highlighted text or any match in the list. You can click at here, or you can click at in the list. So we are clicking at the number 3 in purple, and the side-by-side window will show a preview of the matching text. So that's a preview of this matching text. and the window highlights where the match has been made in the original source text. So that's the whole text of the sources, and that's the original website of that source. And then compare it with your own text. The outside of the box is your own text, and the inside of the box is the source text. We can compare the source text together, and the most important thing is to examine closely, why do the matches occur? Why do the paragraphs highlighted with the same color? The matches occur when the texts are similar or identical. For example, it may be the presence of common phrases, the direct quotation, the bibliographical material, etc. So please confirm when revising your writing based on the similarity score, consider the following. Choose only the most significant quotes or parts of quotes to include from the sources, or you can use summarize, paraphrase, or explain an idea in your own words rather than quoting it directly. Or cite all of your evidence using the appropriate citation styles. You can use academic writing techniques or consult your advisor or professor on how to revise the highest similarity matches or add more original text using your own words to reduce the text similarity. So that's left to you. Everyone can revise their own papers depending on what they are seeing in the similarity report. And as we mentioned, in the side-by-side window shows the similar text. We can click on the double pages icon and to view the full sources. So when you check here, you will see the window just disappear, but the whole text will be a pop-up in the window there. And you can compare them side by side, or you can go to the website. And there are three types of sources. The first one is internet, which is able to be viewed in the full text mode because the text in internet pages are open, are available for the public. However, for the second database, which is student paper, because the company protect users' privacy and copyrights. So all the text information will be remain protected even when papers are indexed in the system. So the student papers are available to be viewed. Only you and your advisor or professor who created the class for you are able to see the text you submit to Turnitin. No other can see it in Turnitin. And the last one, the publication. If you are comparing some sources with from publications, which is the journal papers, etc., because the publishers may restrict the access to these articles, so they may not allow us to check the full text in Turnitin, the platform here. So we suggest you to link out to the publisher's page, and you will be able to download if the article is subscribed by your own institution. So in the above cases, only internet pages can be viewed in Turnitin, and other sources, I am afraid we were not able to view them. Okay, and the second mode is the all sources. And here, all sources modes help you to see how much of the similar text come from a single source. And by clicking on individual page within a source, this will simply show you matches from that specific subsource. And okay, so that's how you can navigate it and check each of the single sources in the list and check why do I a big chunk of text or paragraph which is identical with a specific source. Okay, and the next icon, which is filter and setting. For this tool, it can help to reduce the similarity index and refine the number of matches shown in your report. However, we are encourage you to discuss it with your professor or department office before you use this tool, because you should get their you should talk to them and then to make sure that you are allowed to use this tool. Okay, so the first tool is to exclude quotes regarding any matches that you use. So in my test sample, you will see a direct quotation, which is marked by the quotation marks. And when I'm going to the filter and click at exclude quotes, and all of the text, the paragraph will be excluded from the report, just like that. And all of the quotes will be excluded at the same time, at one time. So the score will be dropped down. That's the first tool. And the second one will be to exclude the bibliography. The system can exclude any matches after the heading, such as reference, references, resource, resources, bibliography, literature, etc. And the one thing you have to do is to make sure you are using the correct headings. This title, do not add chapter 5, chapter 6, or anything before that heading. If that's the case, I think the tool will not work. So only leave the head here, the headline here, and then click at exclude bibliography, the second tool, and click at apply changes. Then all the paragraph highlighted after the heading will be excluded from the report, and also the score will be dropped down. That's the second tool. And the third one, to exclude the small sources by words or by percentage. The system can remove all sources that are less than the length of the number or the percentage of words supplied in the box. However, please check with your own department and also with your professor if they are allowing you to use this tool and how many words are acceptable for them, for each department or each professor, to let you to use in your thesis, dissertation, or your homework in each different cases. So we do not have a standard of what number of words or percentage is acceptable or the best practice for you, because each of the research field and each of the cases are different. So for the case, if my instructor allow me to exclude the sources which is less than one percentage, and when I go to the all sources list, I can see that all the small matches or sources which is less than 1% will be excluded from the list, so I will not see it anymore. And here is a frequent asked questions and also being asked by a student in the chat box. Could you tell me how many % of the score is appropriate? In my case, I got what percentage is it okay or not? So I have to stress again, the system is a tool detecting only text similarities, and the similarity score is not plagiarism indicator. So the indices do not reflect whether Turnitin assess a paper is being plagiarized or not. So please always talk to your advisor, professors, or the department office. And do not judge the existence of plagiarism only by the similarity score. And a high similarity score does not necessarily mean there is plagiarism, because it may include false positives. What are the false positives? Which could be the terms used in your field, or some text which is very common, the names, applications, methods, methodology, etc., or the reference list chapter, or the properly cited and quoted text, or the text which permission has been received. So I think if that's the case, the texts are similar with others, that will be okay in the academic integrity. And if your own published paper or work stored in the student paper database, it will also show up as a high similarity match. So that's the mainly 3 different situations which will get you have a high similarity score. So if you have, you see there is a big chunk of similar text, you could try to rewrite them using the paraphrase or summarize techniques. If the content cannot be rewrite, discuss with your advisor or name it. They may help you to exclude certain sources that belong to the false positives. And you can also use the filter to exclude quotation and bibliography to reduce the similarity score. Only when you are allowed by the department or your instructor. So there are no magic number or score. The best way is to discuss the appropriate criteria with them, with your advisor or department, case by case. If that's a manuscript to the publisher, review the policy of publishers and journals. So I cannot tell you what is a appropriate or good practice or a perfect magic number of the similarity score. So the question is, so does that mean there is no accepted similarity score? That depends on the cases. Maybe you think a certain score is acceptable, but for other circumstances or for other instructors, it is not acceptable for them. So I encourage you to talk to the person that you want to talk to, and maybe the one that you will hand your dissertation paper or your journal paper to. Because the guideline is always depending on each institution. And the last one is how to download the similarity report. And if you want to download the report, please click at the download icon and click at current view. Then you will have a PDF format report in your computer. And the second one is download a digital receipt, which you will need it before you leave the school. And the third one is download the original file. For the website in the library, you will see here is an essential for graduation. So the stage 2, you have to submit your printed digital receipt to NCHU library before you leave the school. So just as we mentioned, you can download the digital receipt when you click at this icon in your assignment inbox, and please print it and hand it to the library. There are some regulations, and for example, the author, you must submit the receipt with your real name. So you cannot use others' Turnitin account to submit the paper and then download the receipt and hand it to the library. No. Then the second one is file. The first page of your submission must be the same as the cover of your dissertation or thesis. So as the screenshot here, you can see here is a cover of your thesis. So that should be the same when you hand it the file, you submit your file in Turnitin, and the same when you download the receipt. Okay, so that's some notes which you have to aware. And the date from oral exam to dissertation submission is acceptable. Okay, that's some details about the digital receipt. So if you have any questions, please reach out to the library. And let's see what is the PDF file downloaded by Turnitin. The first one is the cover containing the title and the author name. And the second one starting from the original text and including the highlighted matches we are seeing in the online report. Then the last section will be the summary, including the similarity score and how many percentage of the text are similar with each of the databases. And below you will see a list including the matches, the number, the source name, and the different databases, and also the percentage of the match. Then the last part will show you a filter settings note, which if you are enable the filter, you will see it will be showing as on. If you do not use it, it will be shown as off, or exclude some matches, how many percentage, how many words, etc. And the last icon is the I represent for information. Here is a submission ID. If you have encountered any issue when you are using Turnitin, please contact library staff with the error screenshot and your submission ID, and they will help you to investigate further. And if you are not very sure of how many times I have already submitted Turnitin, you can check this submission count. Just a small reminder that from the fourth attempt, you will have to wait for 24 hours to get your new report. Okay, we are going to the last chapter, which is frequently asked questions. And if you also have your own questions, you can try to put in the chat box. First one, I have been waiting for several hours, but the similarity report is still processing. The first one is confirm the assignment setting with your own instructor. Instructors may check their FAQs here because some instructors or department may have errorly set up the assignment so that students are not able to check their own papers immediately. So they have to change their setting to allow students to check their papers. The second, if your paper is very large or has several hundred pages, it will take longer to get the report. Or you can examine the submission counts. If your submitted papers to this assignment is more than 3 times, you have to wait for 22 hours. If you cannot wait, you have to consult your instructor for creating a new assignment inbox to you to get the similarities report within 24 hours. Because with the new assignment inbox, then you can submit there, and at least within 3 times, you can get the reports immediately. Number 2, I got a high similarity score, and the first matches are my previous draft. What can I do? So in some cases, some of the professors may inadvertently index your papers, your draft, etc. in Turnitin. And then when you check yourself in the classes created by the library, then you will see a very high similarity score, and the first match will be the same paper submitted in NCHU. So if that's the case, we suggest you to check with your own advisor or your oral defense committees whether they had already attempted to submit papers on behalf of you, but inadvertently indexed or stored paper in Turnitin system. If that's the case, the instructor who had stored your paper in the system has to request deletions by their own account. Only the one instructor who stored your paper has the right to ask for the deletion. And here is a chart for the instructor's reference. So that's only for the instructor. But however, if you have encountered these situations, you can also show this chart to them. If you really don't have idea which of the instructor have stored your paper in Turnitin, you can reach out to the library, and the administrator will help you to investigate further. Okay, and the last part will be the resources. If you would like to check some quick guides or the support center article, etc., we encourage you to follow these articles or websites. And we are also make some English tutorial video. You can check it in YouTube. And here are the college staff contacts. If you have any questions when using Turnitin, you can feel free to reach out to consult them, such as the score or some regulations in your university, etc. And also here is a line ID. You can edit them in your line and then consult them when you have your questions in time. So I think that's the end of our training today. Feel free to ask any questions and put them in the chat box, and I will help to resolve it. So thank you, everyone. Okay, here is a question. Can Turnitin Similarity Checker also check for AI-generated text? Okay, that's a very good question. Yes, they have the ability to check for the AI-generated text. However, as it's an add-on service, and your institution will have the ability to check for the AI-generated text in the similarity report. So I hope it helped. Any questions? What is difference between plagiarism and the AI-generated text? That's a very good question. Plagiarism is when you use others' text or ideas or any forms of production without citing them. So that will be plagiarism, because the original text or the thoughts are not came from you. It's from others. But you did not put the correct citation. Okay, so there are some. Let me to. Okay. Yeah.